Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What if I told you there is an investment that will make the GDP per capita go from this to this, where the GDP per capita has substantially increased, and that this investment will result in a savings of $1.62 trillion in healthcare, and a savings of over $1 trillion in agricultural production costs, and a savings of over $530 billion in land management, and that it'll double the income of 545 million small-scale farmers, all the while keeping greenhouse gas emissions for agriculture below the Paris Agreement commitment. But that passing on this investment would cost us, the global community, 5% of the global GDP, which is the equivalent of $3.5 trillion a year, or $500 per person. This investment also creates opportunities and will result in more resilient supply chains, more stable economies and currencies, and more talented human capital, and opportunities to invest in frontier markets. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling out to you today to make an investment today that stabilizes tomorrow and ensures that you can be the drivers of the opportunities of the future. This investment is in food security, which means it's also an investment in women, children, education, social protection, and rural infrastructure. And remember the graph we showed you. The simulation was based on an increase of dietary energy supplies, or what we would call calories. So what I'm presenting to you today is an opportunity to invest in an organization that was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2020. This organization, which recently rehabilitated over 1.5 million hectares of land and provided over $2.1 billion in cash transfers for social protections last year, and which supports over 100 million people a year with life-saving and life-changing assistance, which is including over 50% of this number are women and children. Let's take a look more closely. This year, 30 million people need just 45 cents for one meal a day. What does this mean? It means $5 billion is needed this year to prevent 30 million people from famine. And what I'm proposing to you today is if you sow the seed fund today, then you can reap the crop in nutritionally, economically, and politically stable countries in the future.